Hello guys, I hope everybody is able to see me, hear me and see the screen properly. Can I get a quick confirmation on chat? क्या सबको मेरी आवाज क्लियरली सुनाई दे रही है? Can I get a quick confirmation on chat? Hi guys, I hope the voice is clear. Can I get a quick confirmation on chat? सबको मेरी आवाज क्लियरली सुनाई दे रही है? Okay. Thank you, Prisha. Thank you for the confirmation. We're going to be starting out with this live session where we're going to be focusing on the detailed introduction to what is FRM. Then I'll also move to what is SCR. Okay. And I'm also going to be talking about how to register for these two exams. And I will at the end also talk about what are the most common queries that a lot of students who are preparing for either FRM or SCR, they face it. Okay. So let us start with today's agenda. Okay. So we will be talking about what exactly is FRM exam, why you should give FRM exam, some basic points we're going to be covering. Then what are the fee details that we have? Is there any different policy that has to be checked? Okay, you should be aware as a student. We're going to be talking about that also. Then we're going to be talking about the basic exam structure. Okay, the basic exam structure, how exactly the FRM exam is there for level 1, level 2, what all books are there, what are the weightages, primarily where you can get jobs. So this is going to be important for a lot of students, okay, who are thinking of FRM as a career certification. Then we'll move towards the SCR, talking why SCR, some of the fee structures of SCR, and the exam format, and what are the different job opportunities that are there for you. And also we're going to be talking about how to register for the exam. So let us start talking about FRM. Okay. So FRM as a certification, it's a very powerful certification in the field of risk. So there's an institution called GARP, which is Global Association of Risk Professionals. They are a non-profit organization, and what they are doing is they are conducting this exam of FRM globally. Okay, and there are a lot of students across the globe, they are sitting in this exam. Okay, so overall now the charter holders who have completed this exam, who have completed the requirement of FRM, are now in 136 plus countries, and at an overall level 80,000 plus charter holders are available. Okay, this number has been growing consistently over a period of time now. The exam is basically testing you as a candidate, okay, on the basics of what is the risk management, what are the different tools of risk management. Okay, so that they are trying to help you cover over here. And there are two levels, level 1 and level 2, okay, which you have to clear, and then you have to show work experience. Post that you become an FRM charter holder. Okay, why? And also please guys, if you have any query, you can post it on the chat section. I'll be answering the queries as I get time in between. Okay, so why you should become, if you think of becoming an FRM, first of all, it's a global certification. So what is happening, a lot of students, Indian students, okay, when they're preparing for the their future, they're thinking about the future, they might think that, okay, I want to go and settle in abroad. Okay, so this certification can be a very, very valuable asset for them when they go out in the global market, because over there you do not have, if you go to a college also, they do not have a proper placement structure the way you have in India. So having a global certification is very, very essential, because it adds credibility to you as a candidate in the global market. Okay, if you're going to work in investment banks in India, also in Mumbai, Pune, Hyderabad, these certifications you will find a lot of people are doing over here. So that automatically gives a credibility to your CV, and it stands you out. Okay, so you get an opportunity to project yourself as an ideal candidate for risk related roles, treasury related roles, audit related roles, compliance related roles. Okay, and it helps you to grow your network. Why? Because when you meet with like-minded people, okay, during your preparation, after your preparation, because of your FRM charter holder, you can definitely get an opportunity to connect with like-minded people and help you to grow your overall network. So your network is your net worth. That is why it becomes very, very important. And finally, you become an expert in risk management. Okay, and from that perspective, this overall certification becomes very important for a lot of finance people. Okay, because in industry right now, if the finance people or finance candidates, either they are doing in India chartered accountancy or MBA from a top B school, or they are doing CFA, or they are doing FRM. Okay, so these are the four opportunities which are there, which can help you to get into diverse roles. Okay. Answering to your query, Chaitanya, can I get a job in India if I clear FRM exam in Canada? Yes, anywhere you can get a job. That's not a problem because it is recognized. Okay, even if you clear over here and then you go and search job in Canada, that is also possible. So how do you complete FRM? Okay, how do you complete the entire certification? Okay, so you have to first of all register. Okay, 1 second. I'll change the color. So you have to register with the Global Association of Risk Professional, which is GARP. Okay, then you have to go and give the level 1 exam. Now level 1 exam is conducted in August. August is a new date which was not there previously. Last 2 years it was not there, and now recently they've added it. So May, August and November, it's very good opportunity. Then you have FRM level 2. You also have to give FRM level 2. Okay, again the exam is in May, August and November, and within 4 years. Okay, once you've completed level 1, within 4 years, you have to complete level 2 also. So a lot of students are not aware about this. So you should be clear that, okay, when I'm giving level 1, don't take excessive gap. Okay, because you have to come back and clear the exam within 4 years. Next, once you're done with your level 2, they are giving you some time that, okay, within 4 years, now I think so they've added it to 5 years also. But within a time frame, you have to submit the experience. Now, a lot of students, they have a query that, okay, if I have completed the level 2, will my previous experience be counted? Yes. Okay, any experience, your past experience can also be counted, or else you can get a new experience after completing your level 2. Okay, so don't worry about that part. Say a lot of bankers who are working in the bank and now they feel that, okay, I want to upskill, but they're concerned that, okay, my previous experience in a bank, will they be considering it because I was not in a risk team? So do not worry, your previous experience will also be used. Okay. What are the fee structure that we see? Okay, for May, August and November, these are the dates that you get in the, you can easily find it on the GARP website also. Okay, but when you join the exam, okay, the first thing that you have to pay is $400 US. Okay, $400 US. This is the registration fee. But you also need to pay the exam sitting fee. So when you look at exam sitting fee, it is into two parts. One is your $600, which is the early bird. Now for the May exam, the upcoming May exam, it is going to be 31st of January. Okay, that is the upcoming date. You have, if you register before that, you will get $600, and your overall fees will be 400 plus 600, that is $1,000. But if you delay it for the May exam, if you're registering in Feb, March, then your cost will shoot up by $200, and you're overall going to be paying 1,200. There is no tax on this amount. There is no GST. If you go to CFA exam, there is a GST that you have to pay, but in this case, there is no GST. So that is a good news for a lot of students. Okay. So I'm going to address the query also. Chaitanya, does retail banking experience count? Yes, I have students who are from the bank, retail banks, public sector banks. They have been able to clear the exam and they have also got the charter. So do not worry. Okay, do not worry. Okay, now you get an opportunity to reschedule. When we say reschedule, it means suppose I have registered for May and the exam date is 11 to 17. I scheduled my exam on 11. Now I want to move to 14. So I can reschedule it one time without any charge. There is no charge for that one-time movement. But if suppose I want to move from May to August, then there is $250 US that you will have to pay. There is a charge that you will have to pay. Okay. So I hope everybody is clear on the fee structure, right? And if there is any query, please put it on chat. I am also looking at the chat section right now. If there is any query, I'll address it. Let us move towards a deferral policy. Okay, we talked about that. Okay, there is an option for you to defer to the next exam, but again, you have to pay around how much? $250 US if you want to defer, and you can only defer it to the next two exams. So for example, if you deferred, you were originally supposed to sit in May exam, and then you can defer either in August or November. You cannot go to the next year May. So you can only defer in the next two exam cycle, and you have to do it before the end of the registration date. Say for example, okay, for May exam, the deferral date is going to be end of April, if I'm not wrong. Sorry, end of March. End of March is the last date to defer the exam. You have to pay $250. You can defer the exam to the next one. Perfect. Now let us move towards the format. Okay, so when we look at the format, so in level 1, there are 4 books. Okay, there is first book called as Foundation of Risk Management. In this book, you will find majority theory related to risk management, related to your portfolio management, basic theory. How does bank think about risk? How do they basically assess the risk? Okay, what are the major crises that has happened in the history of the banking side? So all of these things are basically actively checked or basically you get a brief about all of these things in your section which is related to foundation of risk management. Okay, now over here the weightage is around 20%. Okay, so there are 100 questions that you will get in the exam. All of them are multiple choice questions. There is no negative marking, and you get around 4 hours. It's a computer based exam, so you have to choose the center, choose the date, choose the time, and then you have to go on the center on the system. You have to give the exam. So if there are 100 questions, so out of that 20 questions will roughly come from this book. Okay, the next is quantitative analysis. Now a lot of people fear that this book is heavy calculation. No, it is statistics. In the exam you'll find a lot of theory questions coming from this. Okay, this is also weightage of 20%, so 20 questions will come from this. Then you have financial markets and products. What is this? In this book they will go in detail about your futures, options, swaps, FX, everything. Overall weightage is 30%, so you'll find 30 question. Important book. Okay, important book. Next is valuation and risk model. Okay, in this you will be talking about bond valuation in detail. They'll be talking about your risk models, which lot of banks do. Okay, they use it. Okay, so that is also around 30%. So you'll find 30 questions. So overall you will have 100 question from level 1. Overall you will have 100 questions from level 1. I hope everybody is with me till this point. सब लोग हैं? Okay, let us move towards the level 2. Okay, now you should also be aware about what is the broader structure of level 2. So in level 1 you had 62 chapters. In level 2 you have 100 chapters. Okay, now when we talk about 100 chapters, broadly you will find market risk. This is the first book. Weightage is around 20%, and overall you will get around 80 questions in the exam. Okay, now when we talk about 80 questions, okay, 100 chapter, 80 questions, so they might mix also. They might do lot of mixing, okay, with respect to chapters. So they might connect one chapter from credit risk, one chapter from market risk, and they might ask a question also. That can also happen. Okay, there is no negative marking. You get around 4 hours to give the exam. Okay, so timing is not a problem when you go for level 2. It is more about understanding, because there are more than 100 chapters, so you have to read constantly the books. Okay, credit risk, which is the next book, again a heavy book in terms of weightage, around 20%, and then you have ops risk around 20%. So these three roughly cover 60%. Okay, 60%. That means out of 80, roughly 48-50 questions will be coming from these 3 books. And then you have liquidity, investment, current issues. Current issues as a book is changing every year. Okay, so they have a very low weightage, so that's not an issue. But when we talk about your major books, that is operational risk and liquidity risk, they have huge number of chapters. So roughly 45 chapters will be from this these 2 books itself. Okay, so that is what is being explicitly covered. Let us move towards the next part. I hope everybody is clear on the level 2 section, and this is a very important slide. Okay, why? Because over here what we are going to be focusing on is how the exam results are declared. Okay, so what FRM is simply doing, or the GARP is simply doing, they are not telling you what is your percentage, they are telling you percentile. So you have to be better than the others. Okay, you have to be better than the others. So what for each book you will get. So if you look at this example, okay, so market risk, you will find there is some window that they have given, and it basically highlights in what weightage you are. So if you look at this result, okay, he's got first quartile. Okay, now how come he's got first quartile? Because we are looking at 100 percentile, 100, 75, 50, 25, 0. So if you are in the top first quartile, it basically means that you are in the top 25 percentile people in that book. That means you have a very good understanding about the book. If you're in the second quartile, that means you are between 50 to 75 percentile. Okay, so over there your understanding is good but not excellent. The third quartile is a problem. Okay, it's a fair understanding about the book. That means you are between 25 to 50, and the last is poor, which is called as fourth quartile. So when you see the overall result for level 1, you will get 4 books, right? So you will find the result in 4 sections. Okay, so suppose you're getting this is the first book, second book, third book, and fourth book. Suppose you're getting a quartile like this, 2, 2, 2. That means you're passing the exam. Okay, if you're getting 1, 1, 1, you're passing the exam. Okay, but a lot of students, sometimes what happens is that the third and fourth book, which is a heavy weighted book for your FRM exam, Okay, those heavy weighted books also, okay, if suppose you do not focus more and your weightage comes down, that means you move to third or fourth quartile, then you're more very likely you're going to fail, very likely. Okay, so make sure that you do perform well in the last two books to clear the exam. Okay, let us look at the historical pass percentage. Okay, if you look at the latest November exam that has been conducted, FRM was 40, FRM level was 45% and level 2 was 53. So by looking at these numbers itself, we can clearly identify that, okay, if you are able to clear level 1, level 2, very high chances that you will clear it, because the pass percentage is also good, the number of students are also low. Okay, but if you compare to other global exams, this number is really, really good, because it talks about pass percentage being at a 45%. Okay, historically also, if you look at this, the level 1 results, okay, has been around 45, 43, 45, 51. There was one time which when it crossed 50 also. Okay, and in November 2022 it was 50%. So broadly, if you look at the pass percentage for level 1, it is between 45 to 50, the average. Okay, and if you look at level 2, okay, historically it has also gone up, okay, to 63%, 49%, right? So it is between 50 to 57%, that is the average that we see. So it's a good number. A lot of students can easily clear level 2 if they just consistently prepare, consistently solve all the questions. Okay, so this pass percentage, I hope everybody gets a very good view of how the overall trend of the exam has been. Let us look at some study materials that ideally you should refer to. Okay, my favorite material, which I always talk about, is the Swagger material. Okay, Swagger notebook. So you can get those Swagger notebooks for preparing. There is no need for you to go through the entire GARP material for the preparation, because what happens is they're very bulky. Language might not be good enough for Indian students who are preparing for the exam. So Swagger material is good enough for them. And also the calculator. Now there are various ways through which you can there are 2-3 calculators that are allowed, but my suggestion is stick to this calculator, because majority of the students, they will go for Texas Instrument BA2 plus calculator only. Okay, what document do you need? You need to have either a passport or a driving license, okay, and when you make the payment, the $1,000 that we talked about, okay, the payment you have to have, either you can make credit card payment, okay, or you can go and do wire transfer. When we talk about wire transfer, it is $50 extra. It means you go to your bank, you inform them, and the bank will basically make payment towards the next, which is nothing but the international bank itself. Okay, so at an overall level, there's a $50 charge that you will find. Further, now a lot of students have the query that, okay, I do not have a credit card, but I have a debit card. So still you can make an international transaction. That's not an issue. You just have to inform your bank that I'm going to make payment in USD, and they will have the facility for you to do it. Okay. Job opportunities. This is an important page for everybody. Okay. So average CTC, okay, that you see that FRM charter holders are getting with some experience is between 8 lakh to 12 lakh. Now I have seen freshers, okay, one of my student who was not from Mumbai itself, and she completed graduation and she did FRM both the levels. She was working at 6 lakh in a fresher. So you get good salary, that's not a problem as such, but the focus when you start your journey after your FRM, suppose you're a fresher, your focus has to be to get an entry into, say, investment bank, asset management, some core related roles, because once you are enter into that core roles, the salaries are very good. Okay, so on an average you will find 8 lakhs to 12 lakhs jobs. Okay, when you look at internationally, it's like 60,000 to $1 lakh, very huge in demand in US market, UK market if you've done FRM. Okay, top companies that are hiring them. Okay, major consulting firms, they hire it. Okay, major then you find credit rating agencies, S&P, Moody's, all of them hire FRM charter holders. Okay, also you will find that a lot of corporates now, they have their treasury team, they also hire in India. Okay, so Reliance, Aditya Birla, Mahindra, they have a treasury team, they hire people from with the FRM with them. Okay, banking, obviously it's a favorite choice. A lot of top banks, every bank, they have a policy now. That means if you are studying for FRM, they can give you a reimbursement. So definitely they are recognizing it, and that is why they are hiring people also who have already done FRM. So you'll find HSBC, JP Morgan being the top hirers of your FRM certification. Right? Any queries, guys, till this point? Any queries anybody has? Top recruiters in India also. Namura is also hiring extensively. Then you have BNY Mellon Pune. They also hire the GARP professionals, FRM professionals. DB, Deutsche Bank hire you extensively, and also PwC, one of the big fours. They also hire the people who have done FRM. Okay. So, and how we can help you in your journey for entire FRM prep. So we have a classroom session study plan in Mumbai. Okay, we help students to prepare in our classroom in Andheri. Okay, then you also have professional plan. If you cannot come to Mumbai, you cannot come to the physical lecture, you also have a live online batch. Okay, then you have a standard package, pre-recorded videos will be there. You'll have also get question bank. It's very exhaustive. A lot of students have watched my video, attended my lectures, and only solved my question bank, and they have been able to clear. Okay, and now we're going to be starting out for the August batch. Okay, and the exam in August is on 9th and 10th. We're going to be starting out very soon now, the batch. Okay, so in case anybody is interested, anybody wants to start out the journey, they can do the entire process. Okay, now let us, before we move towards the next certification, this is a new certification that is there from GARP. Okay, sustainability and climate risk. We'll be talking about it, but I'll just address the query which Sanjay has posted. Good evening, myself Sanjay, cleared a final CA final group 2, yet to clear level 1. I like risk management and thinking of pursuing it as a career. Okay, can I pursue FRM along with CA? Yes, you can, but obviously you'll have to manage the time with respect to your how do you prepare, how you're exactly planning to prepare. Okay, okay, if you're planning to give CA final in group 1 in your May exam, then you can either plan for August or November, because after your CA exam, if you're energized enough to go and prepare again, then within CA students can easily do this exam. I have no doubt about it. Okay, so if you can still go for August and or for the November exam, that should not be a challenge. Okay, Sanjay, I've answered your query. Anybody else, if they have any specific query, I'll address that. Okay, is there any offline batch for level 2? No, Ajinkya. For level 2, we have an online batch. Okay, you can reach us on the chat section. WhatsApp section will update you. Okay, so SCR exam, sustainability and the climate risk exam. So we are going to be moving towards that, a new certification. Now I'll be also talking about how to register. So kindly wait till the end. Okay. SCR exam, what are the major benefit and what are we going to be talking about in this section? What is the SCR exam? What is the overall benefit? What is the exam structure, topics, all of that, and the material also. Okay, let us start. What exactly is the SCR exam? Now, historically, GARP had an exam called Energy Risk Professional, but it was only focusing on energy, okay, oil and all of these. So what they started realizing that the demand for sustainability is increasing, and hence what they did is they started launching. They removed the ERP program and they came out with the SCR exam in January 2020. Okay, and the focus was on professionals who want to enter into sustainability, because see, sustainability as a concept is going to be widespread. It is going to impact finance, supply chain, management, operation, technology. Any company, manufacturing company is also going to get impacted. So that is why the demand has been growing, and as the climate risk becomes very big problem, so over here also the SCR becomes prominent. So GARP has come out with this certification. Okay, till now more than 2,000 people have completed, okay, the exam. More than 2,000 people have completed the exam, and they are moving forward in their career. Okay, so let us move towards how exactly the exam is structured. Okay, so roughly, if you want to give this exam, the exam is conducted in April and October. The upcoming is the April exam. Okay, there is no negative marking. Okay, and you basically, the results are announced in almost after 4 weeks. Okay, and there is no requirement as such, because this certification, okay, what they're doing is they're making it easy for anybody who is interested into the sustainability or the climate risk space, that he wants to participate, he wants to learn, understand, then it becomes easy for them. Okay, so 100 to 120 130 study hours are required. Okay, and at an overall level, okay, the climate risk part, okay, this qualification can make you a subject matter expert in the space of sustainability and the climate risk section. Okay, how can you become an SCR certificate holder? Okay, first of all, there is a proper book from GARP. That this is the only book I generally recommend people. Okay, so you can only focus on the GARP book. plus if you need any other study materials and all, that is there. But main book has to be GARP in this, because other prep providers or anybody has not come out with a concise material for this. Okay, next is you have to clear the 80 question exam, which is a 3-hour exam. Okay, and once you clear, you become a certified certificate holder. But there is a voluntary CDP. What is voluntary? Continuous professional development. And voluntary means it is not mandatory for you to do this entire process. Okay, so this becomes at an overall level very, very important, okay, for your exam preparation, because it is not mandatory, it is voluntary. Okay, they strongly encourage. Again, you have to attend some seminar and all if you want to do it, and you'll get some points. That is what is the CPD program talking about. Benefit of doing SCR exam, very, very important. Okay, you get to learn something which is growing. The skill set is growing. Climate risk professionals are very, very limited. A lot of consulting firms now, they are coming out with these kind of advisory roles. So it's going to be very interesting to watch how this space grow. It has an industry recognition because this is again one of the pioneer certification that is coming out in sustainability and the climate risk space. So definitely it is going to be very helpful for a lot of professionals. Plus you have global certification. So companies who are operating in Australia, UK, US, Dubai, they are also recognizing SCR. And if you are a working senior professional, okay, and you want to continuously learn something now, so this certification gives you an advantage that you are learning which is going to be in the demand in the future. Then you also get competitive advantage also because you learn skill set which is in demand right now in the market, and you also expand your opportunities into variety of roles. I'll be talking about the roles also. Why should you use SCR course? Okay, so primarily lot of business professionals, lot of business companies, they are hiring. Okay, so like for example, manufacturing companies, supply chain companies, you have finance companies, they are also hiring climate risk professionals. Asset management companies are hiring climate risk professionals. Then you have government and non-profit organization, they are also hiring. So definitely there is a good demand for them. Okay, if somebody is looking out for a career change, they can also go and do the SCR exam, and this can help them to move to specific space. Okay, plus a lot of students who are keen on learning about climate and climate related opportunities, they can definitely look at this space. Okay, the space of the curriculum or the SCR exam, which can help them to divert into a new career opportunity. Okay, what is the overall exam structure and the fees? Now in SCR, what they've done is they've done 3 bifurcation. They've said, okay, if you're non-member, you're paying very high, which is $650. Again, they've done bifurcation for early bird and standard. But non-member, member, so membership, you have to pay a fees. There's an annual fees of around $200, something like that. Okay, and if you're a certified ERP or an FRM, then the fees is very low for you. Okay, so when I gave the exam, the fees was like $500, $525 for me, so it was very easy. Okay, but if you're only a member, it's going to be $550. But if you're a charter holder, then you get a reduction. And when is the exam conducted? Guys, the exam is conducted in April and October. They have purposely kept it slightly different. Okay, because what happens is that they do not want it to be clashed with the FRM exam. Okay, Swedger material, Chaitanya, answering to your query. There are book centers who give it, so you can reach out to them in Mumbai. There are a lot of them. Okay, exam dates, it's a computer-based exam, 80 question, 3 hours. Now in October 2024, okay, SCR exam pattern is going to change slightly. So what will happen? It will become 90 question exam, and it's going to be a 4-hour exam. So they've changed it only for October. For April, this is the exact structure. And if you want to retake the exam, the USD $250 will be there. Okay, if suppose you could not clear, you just want to appear again. You appeared for the exam, you could not clear, and you want to give again, you have to only pay $350 for the next 2 attempts. Okay, there is an option also in the SCR which is to defer the exam. Okay, but deferral deadlines are very strict. Okay, and if you want to defer, you have to pay $100. Okay, if you do it early, if you defer it early, if you defer it later, it's going to be $150. Okay, when you do the deferral, you get the new book next year. If it is moving to next year, suppose you move from October to next April, so new book will come, they will give that book to you free. So that's not an issue. Okay, but I would not recommend that because the exam is only 8 chapters, so nothing to worry about. Do not defer, give the exam, prepare properly for 2 months. How do you schedule the exam? Basically, Pearson test centers. So once you make the payment to the institute, you get the opportunity to schedule. Okay, and you can schedule the exam 48 hours before the desired time. Suppose I decided now and the window is there. There is a window of the exam. Within that window, you can just decide 48 hours before also. A lot of students, they schedule their exam 2 months before only. Okay, and it's an in-person exam. That means you will have to go to the center. It's a computer-based exam. Okay, and if the deadline is gone, you cannot reschedule it. Suppose I was supposed to appear for the April exam and I forgot to schedule, and then the deadline is gone. So after that, I cannot schedule. I have to re-register. I'll have to pay the entire fees again. Okay, I'll have to pay the entire fees again. Okay. Next is what are the documents that are related. So over here, they are asking for document which is original document. Okay, everybody, this has to be there. No, it should be valid document. Okay, any government issued documents in India. I have heard a lot of students, they went with Aadhaar card also. Okay, it's a valid government issued document. Okay, it is not necessary that you need to have a passport or a driving license only for this exam, the SCR exam. For FRM, you definitely need. Pass percentage, I'll be addressing the question, pass percentage also. I'll be answering the query which Sanjay has posted. Is there any membership fee post qualification of FRM? Any possible chances? Also, like ACCA, is there any possible chance of discounted fee for registered in FRM when they get registered with scholar partners? No. So like we do not have that kind of facility over here. Okay, in FRM, that means if you register through me or somebody, you get a discount. No. Okay. Secondly, there is no fees. There is no annual fee that you have to pay. Okay, but in CFA you have. In other professional exams you generally have. CA also has it, but over here in FRM you don't have. Okay, so I hope I've answered the query. I'm going to move towards the pass percentage. Historically, the pass percentage will be very good. Okay, in October we saw 55% people passing. The general range is around, say, around 50 to 55. Okay, this is very, very good because the certification is new. They want more and more people to get certified. Okay, they want more and more people to get the certification. So that is why the pass percentage has been literally good. So you can take the advantage of it. So do not waste the opportunity. What all different topics are there in the exam? So when you look at it, there are 8 chapters. Okay, and the weightages for each chapters are given. Okay, so roughly around 200 pages. You need proper 2 months of preparation. Okay, and if you can dedicate 2 hours per day, this is good enough for you to go for the exam. Okay, good enough for you to go for the exam. Let us look at the career opportunities which are there for if you become a sustainability and climate risk professional. Okay, you can become a sustainability analyst. Climate risk analyst is very, very growing in the industry, especially in the asset management space. Sustainability managers, a lot of big corporates, they hire sustainability managers to look at the overall working of the companies and identify where we can improve things in terms of sustainability. Climate compliance officers, a lot of government bodies, a lot of non-profit organizations, they are hiring environmental compliance officers. Then you have sustainability finance specialists, a lot of debt companies, people who there are the consultancy firms who help companies to raise money through the debt market. So a lot of green financing is happening. Sustainability linked loans are getting out. So all of these things are available in the market for you guys. Okay. And in terms of job opportunity, in India, the job market is growing. Internationally, if you go to US market, UK market, the opportunities are tremendous for sustainability and climate risk professionals. A lot of companies were hiring them. Okay, so if you go to LinkedIn also, LinkedIn job, all of these companies information I've got through LinkedIn job only. So S&P Global is hiring, Standard Chartered, Accenture, MSCI is also hiring climate risk related, sustainability related professionals. Okay, Vivid 3 Capital, NBFC, it is also hiring a huge people. Unilever is also hiring SCR. So there is a demand, there's demand growing up. Okay, for the exam, how should you prepare? What are the materials that you should focus on? So one of the primary material is the GARP material book. Focus on that. That is one part. Okay, you should be thorough with that material. It's around roughly 250 pages, and they also have a practice question. But see, this is a mock paper, but you need chapter wise questions also to solve and make yourself ready for that exam. Okay, so practice questions roughly around you get around 80 question, 1 mock papers for the 2023 and 2024 exam also. What Fintelligents offers? Okay, in this case, for the upcoming April exam, you have the live session. Professional package is live session. We also have a standard video package where the video lectures and the question bank is available. And then you have a basic plan which only has a question bank. All the details are available on the website. Okay, we're going to be starting out with the batch in the month of Feb for the April exam, the upcoming April exam. Okay, So few of the success stories. So if you go to our YouTube channel for FRM, we have explicitly talked about it because SCR being a new course. So there have been students who have cleared, but a lot of them are senior professionals. So they are not comfortable doing an interview as such. Okay. So but for FRM, you'll find so many videos I've already posted. This will give you an idea how other people have cleared. Okay, the exam, what are the overall thought process that they have, what are challenges that they faced and how they have been able to manage and clear the exam. Okay, so common queries which I'll be addressing, but before we go to the common queries, I'll first address how should you register for the exam. Okay, so I'm going directly. I hope everybody is with me. How should you register for the exam? Okay, so when we go to the GARP site, okay, so over here you'll find the details about the FRM exam. So I'm just going towards the overview. There's an option for you to register. Now when they ask you to register, when you go to the register now section, if you're already created a profile, then you just need to log in. Okay, you just need to sign in into that. Okay, if you are not a new student, if you're coming here for the first time only for registration, then you can complete the entire registration process of payment and all, and then you can go and create your login. That's not an issue. Okay, so over here the first thing that they are asking is email ID. Very, very important. Do not make mistake into it because all your payment details, everything will go into that. Mobile number, very, very basic. First name and last name. So when you're paying this, okay, so this should exactly match with the document that you're going to carry. So if it's an FRM exam, okay, you need to carry the document which is the passport or driving license. So in passport you have a given name and surname. So given name becomes your first name, the surname becomes your last name. Okay, that is how you have to write, and write the name properly, because I've seen in the history some students who have not written the name properly, they were not able to get the entry into the exam. Okay, then you also have to select which exam I'm planning to give. I'm planning to give FRM level 1 and see the tag. There is an option for you to give both the levels also together. Okay, I generally don't recommend it if you do not have sufficient amount of time, but you have an option to give both the exams together. Okay, part 1, part 2. Then the registration fees is around 400, and then you have exam setting fee. For now, May exam, you're eligible for early bird. That is why the overall fees is 600. So it is 600 plus your 400. Okay, so overall it comes to around $1,000. Okay, and then you have to choose the location. See, everybody in the world, okay, everybody is paying the same amount. So if you go in India and you select, so when you appear for the exam, when you're scheduling for the exam, because after the payment of fees, the next step is the scheduling of the exam. So over here, okay, what is going to happen is that you will be able to see all the centers which are available in India. But suppose you change your decision, you say I want to give the exam, say from UK, you'll have to send an email to the GARP and ask them that, okay, this has been a change and I want to move to the exam. Okay, once you register, you get two things. Okay, so previously they were only giving the material which is with respect to the books, the digital books, but now they've come out with the learning portal also. Okay, learning portal, where they're giving a lot of practice exams. This is nothing but your GARP sample paper which they were initially giving in terms of PDF, but now it is possible that what they have done is they've added in the GARP learning section. Okay, they're giving you an option to purchase the GARP material, so I do not recommend this to buy anybody because it is almost $300. Okay, if you want additional question, they're adding it as $75 that they have mentioned it, but I also don't recommend that to be taken as such. Okay, if you tick over here, then your information will be passed on to the third party provider. Okay, and you can check the third party provider. So I am one of the third party providers, so my name is also there in the list. Okay, billing address number 1. Okay, company, location, part. You have to, now over here a lot of students have a query that, okay, I'm not a working professional, so you can put your own name, your own home details. That is okay. So this detail, address and all is not going to create any problem in your exam. This is just a basic information that they need. Okay, so all of this, mailing address is same as the given address, so that should not be a problem. The next part is the payment type. So either you can, initially they only had the credit part, the credit card. Now in the credit card section, you can also use debit card, which is internationally active. So don't worry, a lot of students who do not have any debit, any credit card, and they feel that they are helpless, no, don't worry about that, because you can use the credit card section. I have made payment through it, so I know it is possible. Now Alipay, which is basically for Chinese students, so that is also available, but not applicable for Indians basically. Wire transfer, where you have to pay $50 extra, so you will have to go to the bank. Okay, in the bank basically they will have to pay once you register over here, you will get an invoice. Take the print of that, go to your bank will debit your account and then transfer it to a US bank, say Citibank, and then from Citibank it will go to the car. Same is the ACH. It's basically similar to wire transfer itself, but you will be charged $50 extra. Then you also have to confirm the exam policy, you also have to confirm the candidate responsibility part, and overall you will find the fees, and in this case you will pay and registered. Okay, now overall section that is there in this part is that for Indians, when you are putting your card details, you will not get an OTP. Automatically, once you click, your account, your transaction will get completed. You will get an email also. Make sure that you check the email that you receive from GAR, okay, which is an invoice of your payment that you have made. Okay, invoice of the payment that has been made. Once you complete your registration, okay, then you have to do one more step, which is the scheduling. So when you do the scheduling, go to the scheduling page. What happens? You have to put the pin code or the city name. For example, Mumbai. In Mumbai, you have Andheri. Likewise. So when you put that, you will see all the center close by. And then that it's the first come first serve basis that you have to select. So I hope everybody is good with the registration piece. SCR registration is almost the same. So I hope everybody has been able to get a good idea about how to register for the exam. I'm going to be addressing few common queries, and if there is a query that is not covered over here you want me to address, please put it on the chat section. Is there an eligibility for the FRM and SCR exam? For SCR, there is no eligibility. Okay, FRM, if you want to become a charter holder, then you need to be a graduate. But to give the exam, there is no eligibility, because I've seen students who have completed 12th standard. In the first year, they have cleared the exam. So there is no eligibility as such, okay, which is there for the FRM. You can give the exam in the college. If you're a college student, I would highly recommend give the exam in the college itself. Do not wait for the job to start, because then you will have the pressure to work and study. That is not easy. Okay, so I hope everybody is with me. The FRM, there is no eligibility. It's a very good requirement section. Doing FRM exam after standard 12, a lot of students have started doing it. Okay, in my batch also there are students who have completed 12. They are in the first year, second year of college, and they are giving the FRM exam. So, and they are able to clear also. So it is not difficult, I would say. The only thing that you have to focus and worry about is that, can I sit for the exam with consistency? Do not treat this as your 11th standard exam or 10th standard exam. You have to be very focused, and you have to give proper amount of time also for this exam. The next query which I'm addressing is FRM SCR exam difficult? See, when we say difficult, okay, yes, especially FRM is a tough exam, okay, but the recognition you'll get once you clear FRM. People who are working in the industry, they know about it. And I have senior people who are coming and giving the exam. Credit risk heads, people who have completed 40 years of age, 20 years of experience in the industry, they are also giving this exam. So definitely there is a recognition, okay, and that is why the exam is tough. Okay, similarly for the SCR is growing. Right now it is not very tough as such, but in the next 4 or 5 years it will become very tough in terms of preparation. Okay, so FRM and SCR, okay, both the exam, okay, you can clear if you have a proper plan, proper commitment towards the exam, and proper time management that you can give your preparation for. How much time do you need to dedicate? Okay, if you look at FRM exam, you roughly need around 5 to 6 months if you're working. If you're not working, you can complete it in less than 5 to 6 months easily. Okay, because see, if you're working and you're dedicating 2 hours for 6 months, and if you're not working, within 3 months, you can dedicate every day 4 hours, 5 hours, and still you can clear. It's the same thing. The only difference is that because you're free, you're not working, you can sit entire day. Okay, but when you talk about SCR exam, okay, when we talk about the SCR exam, you can easily complete it in 2 months. Easily complete it in 2 months. Okay. Preparing for the FRM and SCR with full-time job. Oh, this is challenging. Okay. Then you need to have a proper plan. Okay. In which order you're going to prepare. You cannot waste time. Okay. You need a good coach. You need a very good mentor. Okay. to help you to clear the exam. Okay, next is that within that plan you have to give time, okay, which is daily. So don't treat this exam as a weekend exam, okay, that I'll only prepare on weekends because I'm busy on Saturday, Sunday. Everybody's busy, okay, but if you're clear about your career, okay, then you have to set time, you have to make sacrifices. Nothing is going to come easy. Okay, so my dear friends, please focus on giving time daily. Reading, solving of question bank is very, very important for your FRM exam. Okay, similarly, if your SCR exam preparation, 2 months, 2 hours every single day, 8 chapters, do 3 times reading properly, don't mug, proper understanding, solve question bank for each chapter. That is how you can clear SCR exam. Okay, is FRM exam quant driven? Okay, SCR exam there is no quant at all, very, very few questions. Okay, but FRM you have a book quant, but it is not calculation, it is statistics. So when we say statistics, okay, it is more theory. It is more theory that is going to get tested in terms of your understanding. Because see, when you go in and working in the bank, they don't want you to do the calculation. They will not ask you to do calculation on calculator, because they have huge tools, Excel, Power BI, you have MS Access. So you do not have to worry about calculation as such. Okay, but you should know how it is done. You should know what is the interpretation. That is what is going to get tested in the exam. Okay, your understanding as a professional about the stats part, because FRM is related to risk and stat is used in risk. What is the difference between part 1 and part 2? So part 1 is theory plus calculation, quants. Okay, but when you look at part 2, it is heavy theory. Okay, when you look at the overall exam, so out of 100 question in level 1, you will find 70 theory, roughly. It can be higher also, and 30 maximum calculation based question. That is what historically I've seen. If you go to level 2, you have 80 questions. Okay, out of that 80, you will find 10 as calculation and the 70 as theory. Okay, and level 2, the curriculum is vast, it's more theory, so you have to be better prepared. Okay, in terms of reading, a lot of people, they are not even able to complete the curriculum in level 2 because they are not consistently preparing. Is work experience required to take FRM and SCR exam? No. Even if you're in college, you can still clear the exam. Okay, even if you're in college, you can still clear the exam. Okay, how to prepare for the exam? Okay, this is a very interesting question. For this, I'm going to come out with a few more live sessions in the next week also. How to prepare for FRM exam, how to prepare for SCR exam. So stay tuned for that. I'll be doing a proper live session talking about both the exams in detail. Okay, so these are the common queries. I hope this session has been helpful for students who are going to appear for the FRM and SCR exam in the future. If there is any query, you can put it on the chat section. I'll address it. And I've also been trying to answer the queries as much as possible. Okay, you can reach our number, okay, WhatsApp number, where you can, if you have any specific query, my team will help you to address the query. It's India number 9819137880. Okay, so that we can help you out in your preparing for the exam. And I hope everybody has been able to attend the session properly. They have been able to get their queries addressed. Okay, we also talked about the registration about the exam. We also talked about the overall overview of the FRM and SCR exam and the common queries. Okay, so thank you very much guys for joining in. Okay, I'll be closing the session now, and I hope all of these live sessions which I'm planning to do in the future will help you clear the exam. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining in.